Alright, what is going on, guys? I haven't made a video in a little bit, and I'm kind of sorry about that. It's just, I've been doing a lot that's not YouTube related, and I haven't really known what type of videos to make because I've been getting more into collecting retro games, and it's just something where, like, it's way different from the other videos that I used to be making, so I'm not sure if it's something that people would actually want to watch, and I'm not sure exactly what type of content to make that is retro game related. Like, I don't know if I should do reviews, like just videos of like different hauls and stuff I get, maybe even videos on just me going out and going to garage sales and flea markets and things like that. I'm not really sure. I've been thinking about a couple of those things, don't know exactly what to start out with, but I guess as a good first video I could just do a tour of my whole setup and show you guys some of the stuff I've built up over the past, it's been just about a year since I really got into game collecting. I used to do a little bit of collecting probably 4 years ago, but it was 2020 when everything started closing down when I started getting into older games because I had a ton of time on my hands, so I got into emulating a ton of old games, and then I started looking on eBay for those prices and watching price charting and seeing a ton of YouTubers who also did a very similar thing. One that comes to mind is Retro Rick. He does a whole series where he started off with I think $10 and built up a whole collection off that, and that was something that I wanted to do. So once everything opened back up, I started going to thrift shops, garage sales, flea markets, and I've built up a pretty decent collection since then, so let's get into it. So first of all, I have my shelf right here, which I need another one because, as you can see, this is completely full. But up here I have my, it's not sealed and it's not complete or anything, obviously, it's just the manual and the cartridge for Mario Kart 64, but it's something really cool that I have, so I wanted to display it somewhere. I actually got it with this case. It looks kind of like a VHS tape holder, or like the little protective cases, but it's a little different. I actually have one over on another shelf. It's slightly different shaped. Right next to it, I have my only ColecoVision game, which is Donkey Kong, which is pretty much the only game you can get for the ColecoVision, because they made like 10 million of these and nothing else. Then behind it, I have all my Atari games. I have all these 2600, and I think I have a couple 7200 games mixed in there, and then right here, I have the 5200 games right down there. I don't actually have a 5200 or a 70... Is it 7200 or 7800? Whatever it is. I don't have either of those consoles. I just have a 2600 and a ColecoVision, so those are the only ones that I can actually play. And of course, you gotta have E.T. Oh, that's upside down. The best game for the Atari 2600, you know. I just actually recently picked this up because I thought it was funny. On the shelf next to it, I have probably the thing that I'm most proud of in my collection, and it is a complete in-box copy of Super Punch-Out. I definitely need to get a box protector for this. It could be a lot better condition-wise, but it's pretty good, so I'd like to keep it that way. It could end up looking like this if I don't get anything to protect it, so that's something I want to watch out for. I might show a quick video of me going through all these just while I'm talking about it. Most of these Genesis games I actually got at a single garage sale. The guy gave them to me for like $2 each. He used to own this store down the street from me, but he closed it down a couple years ago, and he's still kind of trying to get rid of a lot of those games. Then over here I have N64 games. I'll do the same thing. I'll show like a picture or something of all the games spread out, and same with Super Nintendo. Then over here I have my NES games. Nothing too crazy. Another one that I kind of like is Pictionary, just because it's completely unnecessary. The only reason I got the game was because the soundtrack was pretty funny, because it's a very bad game, but it has some of the best music on the system, which I find hilarious, so that was the whole reason I bought it. It was like $2, so it doesn't really matter. Going down here is my PS2 collection. I have a lot of greatest hits games. I'd like to get the Black Label ones too, but it doesn't really bother me too much as long as I have the game. That's my main priority. So if it's something I wanted to play, like Jak and Daxter right here, if it's something that I've wanted to play for a while, I'll get any copy I can find, and then later on, if I come across a Black Label, I'll swap out the case, or swap out the one that I have up on my shelf here. But I have a lot of the kind of decent games for the PS2. I'm missing a few that I probably should have. Like, it should have the other Jak and Daxter games and things like that, but I have most of the ones that I would like to play. Like, I got the Burnout games over here. Those are really good. Definitely would recommend if you haven't played them. Then over here I have PS3 games, which a lot of these I actually grew up with. Burnout Paradise was a really fun game that I played a lot. The PS3 was actually technically my first console, I believe. We got a PS3 and a Wii around the same time. So a lot of these, like that, Cars 2. I don't even know what this game... Okay, these are Crysis. These are all new. But down here, a few of these I've had for a while. Next to that, I have PS4, which are pretty forgettable, just because I don't really play PS4 that much, and most of these are Call of Duty, Battlefield, Destiny, all that kind of stuff. So then I got Xbox games, Xbox 360 games, going all the way down there. And then Xbox One, which is my main current gen console, or I guess last gen now. I don't know what that would really be considered. Next to that, I have GameCube games, which this is probably the only collection of games that I have that are actually good quality all around, except for that Rainbow Six game. But I got let me find somewhere to put these down. But I got Wind Waker, Zelda Master Quest. That one's garbage. I don't know why I have that. Mario Sunshine and Metroid Prime. So all some pretty good games. That's probably my best quality library right here, minus Rainbow Six. And down here we have the other games that I grew up playing. A lot of these, like Boom Blocks, which I just saw. Yep, Boom Blocks. It's one of my favorites. The Mario games. Kirby's Epic Yarn was really good. Lego Star Wars, this was a really fun game. But yeah, a lot of these were just games I grew up with that I held on to. These games right here, very underrated. Definitely try them out, the My Sims games. They were so much fun. I probably 100%ed all of them, if not just these two, Kingdom and Agents. The Mario games, obviously gotta have those. And then down here I have... wish I had better lighting in here, but I really don't. My flash will have to work. So down here we have my Wii U games, which isn't anything too crazy right now. I just got a Wii U kind of recently, so I'm just kind of building that up. Got my PS1 games, which are pretty forgettable. I have Spyro, and I'm pretty sure all the Crash Bandicoot games, but a lot of them are loose, so they're all up here in discs and in like these generic CD cases, so it's nothing too crazy. I'd like to get the real case for most of them. And then one of my favorite games of all time right here, Jet Set Radio, or Jet Grind Radio in America. Super great game. If you've never played it, definitely would recommend. Then over here, this is one of the most expensive games in my whole collection, which I actually found in my basement. It belonged to one of my other family members who just left it there. But yeah, it's Castlevania Bloodlines, which is pretty cool. I've never played a Castlevania game. I've never really been interested in the series, but this game goes for almost $200 complete. So I'm going to hold on to it because, I mean, it's in pretty good condition. The cartridge sadly had a sticker on it that came off and it just kind of ruined it, but the case itself is in good condition. So that's one of those things that I'm probably not going to sell. And now going into the main actual setup here, we have my 3D TV, which I was given by my dad because he didn't need it anymore. He upgraded his TV, and I got this one. 3D TVs are really cool. It's kind of a shame that they stopped making them, but VR kind of takes that place. It does a very similar thing. So it wouldn't really make much sense for them to keep making them when there's better technology out there, but it's still pretty cool. Then underneath it, I have probably one of my luckiest finds. I got this Sony, I think it's the KV-24 FS120 for free from a guy on Marketplace. He was just giving it away. Came with the remote and everything I needed. It works fine. But this was a really good find because these are some of the best retro gaming CRTs you can get. Can't really show it in the back there, but it's got composite, S-video. It's pretty much perfect for retro gaming. Most of my consoles are only composite, but it still looks great on it. I'll show a picture here. I honestly think composite looks really good just because of the way the scan lines are on this TV, and the overall quality is amazing. Right next to it, I got my PS2 next to my Master Chief helmet that I've had for a while. I got it for like 10 bucks at a thrift shop. And then over on this side, I have my 360S and my Nintendo Switch behind it. Inside this, I have my PS3, PS4, and Xbox One. These are my main consoles, and then my Wii U here, which I use to play Wii and Wii U games. But these are kind of my main consoles. I'm thinking of probably swapping out either the PS4 or the PS3 with something else, but these two I definitely use a lot. I got my Wii balance board under there, because where else am I going to put it? Up top is the really interesting stuff. These are all my consoles. So I have, my Virtual Boy, NES, Wii's, Dreamcast. This thing is really cool. This is also another one of those rare finds. It's an Entex Super Cobra. It was like $5 at the thrift shop. The bottom of it's kind of messed up because someone taped it, but it still works. It's a pretty cool little handheld system. I don't know how rare these are. I haven't found much info about them, but it's something cool that I'm probably going to hold on to because I like to hold on to, the more unique and rare things. Up here, I got my GameCube, N64, Super Nintendo, PS1, and Genesis. I really need to get a different Genesis because this one's cartridge slot is a little bad, and I don't really like the Model 2 as much as the Model 1. Up top, it's kind of hard to see. I got my Saturn, PS2 Slim, Atari 2600, ColecoVision plus the expansion module, and PS3 and 360E. Over here next to my 3D printer, I have my Quest 2 and all my handhelds. So I got 3DS, DSi, I believe that's a DS Lite, 3DS XL, which is actually broken. I broke it like 3 times in a row. So I need to order parts for that. All these Game Boys, the only one I'm missing is the color, which is a little disappointing. And then this PSP here is actually broken. Need to order a new screen. I got it for 10 bucks at a garage sale, so I really can't complain. I actually really like this model of DS. I know a lot of people say it's really ugly, but I'm a fan. I think it looks really cool. It's built pretty well. And this is my main DS. Well, that's also my main 3DS because I'm weird. And all these, I have cables. So these are controllers. These are power cords and everything. And then right here are more controllers, just so it's easy to get to them if I need to plug in one of these consoles up here. I don't have to go digging for them. They're all in these nice compartments right here next to my my filament for my 3D printer. Then right here, this is just a stack of games I bought today at a comic book show. I might make a video kind of going through some of these, I'm not sure. These are some other pickups from the other day. This one I'm pretty hyped about. I've never heard of this game before, but it's a cardboard box Genesis game. It's missing the manual, sadly, but it's really cool just to have the box for it. And I couldn't find any listings for it on eBay, so I have no clue how expensive they are. Going over here, this is my actual gaming setup. As you can see, I'm a loser. I use Arch Linux. But yeah, I got my controllers here. This nice SteelSeries keyboard with a dent in it. I got it for like $2, so can't complain. As you could tell, a lot of my stuff is from garage sales, but I've spent almost nothing on my actual setup. This was the only thing that was really expensive, and it was because we made it ourselves. My dad and I put this together. It's just a big wooden desk with a sheet of plexiglass on top to make it really shiny. But I really like the look of it. I think this looks really nice. I got my Blue Yeti, which was on clearance at Walmart for $45, which is actually insane because these things are usually like $120. Have the box somewhere, but it's pretty funny to see it marked down by like $100. But yeah, it's just a nice little setup here for my computer. It used to be, if you go watch my other setup tour, it used to be along this whole wall, but that's a little unnecessary because I don't do a whole lot of PC gaming anymore. PC's down there, by the way. But I don't do a whole lot of PC gaming. It's mainly just, watching YouTube and talking to friends on Discord. So most of my actual gaming is done right here, and I'd much rather dedicate a whole wall to that instead of a desk that was just empty. Then over here is kind of the trash shelf. This is stuff that I don't really have a spot for yet, so I just kind of throw it here. Have all my Switch games right there, PSP games that are in the box, all my loose games down here. I gotta turn on the flash. These are all my loose games, just kind of thrown into a shelf. These, I can't remember what these are. I think these are empty cases or, games I'm missing the disc for or something like that. And then all these are things that I'm reselling. I don't resell a lot of games. I just resell some games that I'm not super interested in. If I get them as part of a lot or I buy a duplicate or something like that, I'll resell those games to, keep adding to my collection. And right here I have some carrying cases and 4 Atari games in the box, which are worth nothing, surprisingly. Because, this is in great condition, but nobody wants to play Amidar, apparently, or however you say that. And here's what I was talking about before. It's a Pokemon VHS tape. I just got it because I thought it was cool. They had a couple more at this sale, but that's the only one I ended up buying. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Then over there's just empty cases in case I need to replace one. But for the most part, it's not too crazy, but it's a nice little setup. Just sitting there and playing some games. You got both the TVs stacked on top of each other, really nice. So it's just nice for, if I have friends over, we could all sit here and I can put my chair over there. You can play some retro games down here or some newer games up on this TV there. It's just a really nice setup. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed me rambling on for probably 15 minutes about my setup, and if you think it's cool, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys want me to do more retro gaming videos, or if you just want me to never show my face on the internet again. I don't know. But yeah, just kind of let me know what you guys think about that kind of content. Like I said, could do a video on all those games that I just bought the other day. Just going through them all. I could start doing videos of hauls or even just of me game hunting or whatever. So let me know what type of stuff you would like to see. But yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.